One interesting fact about every NBA MVP. 1956, Bob Pettit. Bob is the first MVP in NBA history. He won this award in his second year, while also winning a scoring title, dropping 25.7 points per game. 1957, Bob Cousy. 2 Bobs in a row. Bob Cousy is the only MVP to shoot less than 38% from the field, while also winning the award in the same season. Cousy's field goal percentage was 37.8% during his MVP season. 1958, Bill Russell. Despite winning league MVP, he did not make All-NBA first team this year. He made All-NBA second team. The center who made first team was Bob Pettit. 1959, Bob Pettit again. Bob averaged 29.2 points per game this season, which was an NBA record at the time. He's also the only MVP in Hawks history so far. 1960, Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt won MVP in his rookie season while also winning a scoring title at 37.6 points per game and a rebounding champ at 27 rebounds per game, all as a rookie. 1961, Bill Russell. Yet another season where Bill won league MVP, yet did not make All-NBA first team in the same season. He made All-NBA second team. The center who made first team was Wilt Chamberlain. 1962, Bill Russell. Bill became the first back-to-back MVP in NBA history, yet somehow still did not get All-NBA first team. But maybe it was Wilt himself who deserved the MVP award this season, as in that season he averaged an NBA high 50.4 points per game, scored his famous 100 points in a game, and then there was Oscar Robertson who averaged a triple-double that season. Neither of these two guys won MVP that season. 1963, Bill Russell. Bill became the first back-to-back-to-back three-peat MVP in NBA history, and he finally made an All-NBA first team while also winning the MVP award. Wilt made second team that season. 1964, Oscar Robertson. The Big O was just 0.1 rebounds per game away, or 7 rebounds away from averaging a triple-double in his MVP season. He got 783 rebounds in 79 games, but he only got 26 total triple-doubles this season. His best season was during the 1961-62 season when he got 41 triple-doubles out of a total 79 games played. 1965, Bill Russell. This was Bill's 5th and final regular season MVP, as well as his 5th and final rebounding champ. Rest in peace to Bill Russell. 1966, Wilt Chamberlain, the first MVP to win the award playing on a brand new team. Every other MVP before this won the award on their original team. 1967, Wilt Chamberlain. This was the first year Wilt won a ring, and the first time he changed the way he ran his offense. His point per game dropped by nearly 10 points, but the offense became much tougher to guard. 1968, Wilt Chamberlain a third time. Wilt is the second NBA player to win a back-to-back-to-back MVP, three-peating in MVPs, and this is his 4th and final MVP. Rest in peace to Wilt Chamberlain. 1969, nice, Wes Unseld. Wes is the second rookie all-time to win MVP during his rookie season. Rest in peace to Wes Unseld. 1970, Willis Reed. In 1970, Reed became the first player in NBA history to be named the NBA All-Star Game MVP, the regular season MVP, and the Finals MVP within the same season. Rest in peace to Willis Reed. 1971, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is Kareem's second year in the league and his first of 6 MVPs. Plus, the Bucks were a Western team when he won this award. They were an Eastern Division team during his rookie season. 1972, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar again, his second MVP season, and the Bucks ended the Lakers' 33-game win streak on January 9th. Kareem also got his career-high 55 points in this season. 1973, Dave Cowens. When Dave won MVP, he did not make the All-NBA first team. Kareem took his spot in the first team that season, while Dave got All-NBA second team at the center spot. 1974, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is Kareem's 3rd MVP in 4 years, and his Bucks lost to the Celtics in 7 games in the finals. Yes, the Celtics were an Eastern team, and the Bucks were still a Western team at this time. 1975, Bob McAdoo. Bob is the youngest player in NBA history to score 50 points while also grabbing 20-plus rebounds in a single game. He did this in Game 4 of the 1975 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Bullets. Bob was 24 years old when he achieved this. 1976, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem's 4th MVP, his first Laker MVP, and he won a total rebounding champ and a block champ in this season as well. 1977, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his 5th MVP, his 2nd Laker MVP, and the first post-ABA-NBA merger MVP, which is significant considering so much more competitive players entered the league this season. 1978, Bill Walton. Bill Walton is the only NBA player to have this trophy case containing a Finals MVP, Sixth Man Award, and regular season MVP. 1979, Moses Malone. Since the ABA-NBA merger, Moses is the first post-merger former ABA player to win an MVP in the NBA. 1980, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is Kareem's sixth and final regular season MVP. His teammate rookie Magic Johnson won Finals MVP and was the start of the Magic-Kareem Showtime Lakers era. 1981, Julius Erving. Dr. J is the first and only NBA player to win both an NBA and an ABA regular season MVP. This is also the first MVP where the media started voting for the winner instead of the players. 1982, Moses Malone. This is Moses Malone's final season with the Rockets, his second MVP, and is the only NBA player to have an MVP won by player votes and media votes. 1983, Moses Malone a third time. Moses Malone is the only NBA player to win MVP in consecutive seasons on two different teams. We've seen players win it back-to-back on the same team or win non-consecutively on two different teams, but we've never seen it twice in a row with a different team in each season aside from Moses. Rest in peace to Moses Malone. 1984, Larry Bird. Larry Bird is the only man in NBA history to win an MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year throughout his career. 1985, Larry Bird. Larry won his second MVP this season. Later during this postseason, he stated in an interview that he injured his shooting hand in a bar fight during the 1985 Eastern Conference Finals, which affected his playoff performance and why his team didn't win the '85 championship. 1986, Larry Bird. This is Larry Bird's third and final regular season MVP. He's the only player to win 3 in a row during the media voting era and the only non-center to win 3 in a row so far. 1987, Magic Johnson. This was Magic's first regular season MVP and one of his only seasons in which he did not lead the league in triple-doubles. He only got 11 triple-doubles this season and led the league in triple-doubles in every season he played except for this season, one season prior, and then his very last season. 1988, Michael Jordan. This is Jordan's first MVP. He also won Defensive Player of the Year in this very same season. 1989, Magic Johnson. If you compare the 89 Jordan to Johnson's stats, the stats will make it seem like Jordan should have gotten MVP this season, but the main catalyst against Michael Jordan at the time was that the Bulls finished in the 6th seed and the Lakers were the 1st seed in the West. 1990, Magic Johnson. Magic won this with the fewest first place votes at the time, just 27. Charles Barkley had more first place votes with 38, but finished second in total voting. Michael Jordan got 21 first place votes and finished third in total voting. 1991, Michael Jordan. Jordan's second MVP, and the Bulls finished in first place in their division for the first time in 16 years and set a franchise record at the time with 61 wins during the regular season. 1992, Michael Jordan. Jordan's third MVP and first back-to-back MVP. In 92, he also led Team USA to a gold medal alongside the Dream Team. 1993, Charles Barkley. Despite Jordan's dominance this season, scoring 32.6 points per game, he was not first nor second in MVP votes this season, but actually third. Second place was Hakeem Olajuwon, and first was Charles Barkley. 1994, Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon is the only player in NBA history to win the MVP, the championship, the Finals MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year awards in the same season. 1995, David Robinson. David is the first NBA MVP in Spurs history, and while his regular season was great, during the postseason, Hakeem Olajuwon pretty much took care of him during the '95 Western Conference Finals. 1996, Michael Jordan. This was Jordan's 72-10 season, which means he was an MVP on the second best record of all time, but it's also the same year Space Jam came out in '96. 1997, Karl Malone. Karl became the first player in NBA history to score at least 2,000 points in 11 consecutive regular seasons in a row. 1998, Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan won this award, he was the oldest to win it at age 34, but Karl Malone beat this record a year later, winning it at 35. 1999, Karl Malone. Karl Malone this season had the fewest games played by an MVP in a single season, which was 49 games, but this was the lockout season. Bill Walton has the least amount of games played in a full season, winning MVP with just 58 games played. 2000, Shaquille O'Neal. He is one of only 3 players to win an NBA MVP, All-Star MVP, and Finals MVP in the same season. The other two are Willis Reed in 1970 and Michael Jordan in 1996 and 1998. 2001, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is the shortest MVP in NBA history so far, listed at 6'0", but some sources say he's 5'10". For reference, the tallest MVP so far is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 7'2". 2002, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan won his first ring after Michael Jordan in 1999 and his last ring right before Steph Curry in 2014. As for his 02 MVP season, he led this team to first in his division with no other listed All-Stars at the time. 2003, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan led the Spurs to the best record with 60 wins in all of the NBA with no other listed All-Stars on the roster. The Spurs even went on to win the NBA Finals as Tim grabbed Finals MVP in 03. 2004, Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett became the first NBA MVP to skip college and play in the NBA right out of high school. 2005, Steve Nash. This was an extremely close voting result. Nash barely beat Shaq by just 34 voting points. Nash got 1,066 voting points, Shaq only got 1,034 points. 2006, Steve Nash again. Many people believe that Kobe should have won MVP this year, but the media voters believed otherwise. Nash easily won with 924 points, toppling second place LeBron with 688 points, Dirk was third with 544 points, and Kobe fell to fourth place with just 483 points. 2007, Dirk Nowitzki. The media did not have too much voter fatigue on Steve Nash, considering he came in second place in voting with 1,013 points. Dirk got first with 1,138 points. During an interview, Dirk actually said that it was a little embarrassing to win this award after getting bounced and upset in the first round by an 8th-seeded Warriors team in just 6 games. 2008, Kobe Bryant. Kobe is the second straight from high school NBA MVP. One could argue that statistically this wasn't even his best season. It was still a great season, but he just came off of back-to-back scoring titles in 2007 and 2006, especially 06, averaging over 35 points per game. Rest in peace to the Mamba, Kobe Bryant. 2009, LeBron James. LeBron is the third and latest directly from high school to the NBA MVP, and he led the Cavaliers to a 66-16 record. Mo Williams made the All-Star team this season as a replacement to Chris Bosh, who sprained his right knee. If Bosh was healthy, he would have made the All-Star roster, snubbing Mo out. LeBron would have been the only player in NBA history to lead a team to 66 wins with no other listed All-Stars, though I'm not saying Mo is a bad player, he's pretty good. 2010, LeBron James. After this season, LeBron announced his decision to take his talents to South Beach and play for the Miami Heat, so maybe Mo Williams wasn't enough help for LeBron. 2011, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is the youngest MVP in NBA history, winning the award at age 22. 2012, LeBron James. LeBron was the first Heat player to ever win MVP and the second player in NBA history to win 3 MVPs before the age of 28, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 2013, LeBron James. LeBron was just one vote away from being the first ever unanimous MVP. That one vote went to Carmelo Anthony, who ended up third in total points though. Gary Washburn claims to be the one who voted for Melo over LeBron. Gary said that if you were to take Anthony off of the Knicks, they would be a lottery team. LeBron was playing alongside 2 other All-Stars, which is why he chose Anthony with his first place vote. 2014, Kevin Durant. KD became the first player to win both the scoring title and the MVP award in the same season since Allen Iverson did it in 2001. KD averaged 32 points per game that season. 2015, Steph Curry. The 2015 All-NBA first team consisted of Steph Curry, James Harden, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Marc Gasol. Steph Curry is the only player in NBA history to defeat every other All-NBA first team member within the same playoff run. 2016, Steph became the first and only so far unanimous MVP, getting all of the first place votes. He led this team to a league best 73-9 record, but they still lost to LeBron in the finals, choking a 3-1 lead. 2017, Russell Westbrook. When Russell won this MVP award, he snapped a 35-year gap as the last time an MVP won the award outside of a 3rd-seeded team. The Thunder were a 6th-seeded team at that season. Russell averaged a triple-double during that season. 2018, James Harden. James Harden is the only MVP to lead a team to 65 wins without another listed All-Star. Yes, Chris Paul was technically on the roster, but he did not make an All-Star team that season. 2019 Giannis Antetokounmpo. When Giannis won MVP, he became the first player to win the Most Improved Player award earlier in his career and then later went on to win an MVP. 2020 Giannis Antetokounmpo. Only 2 players in NBA history averaged 30 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 5 assists per game on 50+% shooting. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo and Wilt Chamberlain. Giannis is the only player to average over 55% shooting with all those other stats included. 2021 Nikola Jokic. Nikola is the only MVP player in NBA history to never play with an All-NBA teammate, an All-Star teammate, or an All-Defensive teammate so far in his career. For reference, Jamal Murray has never made any of these titles, not even an All-Star game selection yet. 2022 Nikola Jokic again. Nikola won this MVP after posting the highest player efficiency rating in a single season in league history at a 32.8 PER. 2023 Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is the only MVP in NBA history so far to have never made it to a conference finals or deeper. He still has time to get there, but his deepest playoff run is just the second round. So here was one epic fact about every NBA MVP. Let me know what you thought of this list and what you want to see in the future. Don't forget to dunk on that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on. I'm Rebound Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.